September 8th, 2020, we launched Ignite at the steps of the Genesee County Jail. Nearly 5 years from today, we are now in 23% of the states throughout the nation. We are validated by Brown, Harvard, and the University of Michigan, stamped with approval from Oxford University in England, published in the World Journal of Economics. Ignite works, but it doesn't work without those that want it to work. The students, the instructors, the sheriff staff throughout the state and the country, and family. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the graduates here today of the 35th Ignite graduation. Keep it up, keep it up. That's right, have a seat. We want to keep our timely schedule. I want to thank the cheer section back there. Give it up for the cheer section. You probably can't see it from my perspective, but there is a couple of students, when you walked in and you heard the cheers and you heard the music, that you got choked up. How many people in the graduating class for the first time are being recognized as an Ignite graduate today? Raise your hand. Look at that. Again, I can't thank the Ignite staff, the sheriff staff more, because every day that you come in here and you make it work, you take away from your other duties. We started Ignite with nothing, Sheriff, nothing except for an idea, a vision. And we've seen those results. I'm so thankful for everybody. But there's others that are here. We have people that are being represented that pour into this community that you wouldn't even know their names and faces. We have people that come here from Oakland County. I want to say thanks to my new friends, Basham and Art, with Steve Katz, our friends from Oakland County that want to experience that. These guys, Steve Katz owns the Bake Shake and the Bake Station that provides all the cake for the graduates. Has been a long time partner with us, and a deputy sheriff. His two friends, they own an auto body shop and a real estate company. These are people that are invested from other counties. I want to thank all those that are here representing our labor friends, those that are watching right now, the Flynn Institute of Music, Flynn Institute of Arts. I want to thank all those that are here from not only Elgar Credit Union you're going to hear, but also Serenity House, our friends from all over the county that want to be a part of this. None of this would happen without you. So I just want to say thank you so much. We had some crazy numbers. You know, I hear a lot of times when we go throughout the state and the nation, you know, we have a population in jails that, you know, they're not here long enough. If you're here one day, you have an opportunity to be part of Ignite. Ignite is a culture. It's not a program. Ignite is inmate growth naturally intensity through education. And jails are very fast moving, so to speak. 9 out of 10 folks that are in jails in America go back to the street. Only 10% go to prison. Ignite is not here to advocate for cases or do anything more than, while you're here, give you some tools to take wherever your journey takes you. Ironically, we had 33 graduates today, but only 20 are here. Because you know why? Majority of them went back into the streets. They went on tether. But of those 33 that are supposed to be here and the 20 that are here, 2 of them went from this jail to WDI, Michigan Workforce Development, under the apprentice program, and left here making $45,000 a year. 2 of them. 2 of them. So you can't tell me that Ignite doesn't work. It's not perfect by any means. We're honing the skills all the time. But Ignite is a concept, as I mentioned, that dumps dopamine in a positive way. Anybody watching or anybody here, when you're encouraged or you're celebrated, these are the things that allow you to think there's a greater hope out there. There's a greater possibility. There are people here that understand what addiction does to people and families. And you become clean and dry when you believe one more day that you can do it. And you stack those days onto weeks, onto months, and you have a story. And so I can tell you that Ignite is no different. And that's why we need the inmate population and the families and the staff to keep pushing it. Because I believe I have the facts, but I also know the hearts. This is the answer that we've all been looking for hundreds of years of how do we reduce crime, reduce addiction, homelessness, and the answer is Ignite because of you. Congratulations. Dear Sheriff Swanson, my name is Michael. I was recently incarcerated at the Genesee County Jail from July 6, 2019 to October 21st, 2021. I was one of the first Ignite students. I spoke to you shortly last year at the Thumb Correctional Facility. I was at the mock community graduation ceremony as an observer, and I told you then next year I will be graduating. Well, I did, and I graduated with the highest honors, a 4.0. I wanted to personally write you and tell you that I am so thankful for the Ignite program. It did exactly what the title said it will do. It sparked something inside of me that caused me to want to learn and grow and be someone better than I was. My time during Ignite, going to math classes, freshening up, prepared me for college. I took Spanish and eagerly awaited for the VR units to be deployed. I went to work with others that are incarcerated to show them that success is possible. I have a story to tell, and part of that story is because of the resources and support that you and your staff at the Genesee County Jail has given me. I obtained my associate's degree in business management, working toward my bachelor's at Ferris State, and upon my release, I will have obtained a Serve Safe certification, and I will show people that Ignite works. Michael Janela, Thumb Correctional Facility, sent me his picture of his mock community college graduation just last week. Right there. And there's a message on the back. I got to change one word, and it's a pronoun that is singular. It said, "Thank you, Sheriff Swanson. You made it happen." There is no you. It's us. We made it happen. We made it happen. It's these pictures right here. And so I'm just going to encourage you, under the leadership of our Ignite team that's had multiple generations right now with Bartram and Pruitt, and all that's being pushed, we have over 330 people that are registered in this jail alone for Ignite because they believe in something. And so if you're thinking, could it be? Is it possible? If you're here with a breath in your lungs and a beat in your chest, it is possible to be better today than you were yesterday. And I encourage everybody to know that there is hope out there. And the most dangerous place is to be hopeless. Ignite gives hope. And you're going to see that through stories today. We have incredible presentations, a great keynote speaker, and we're not going to wait. I want to introduce Jennifer Johnson. Jennifer is now our lead for Motherly Intercession. Devontae Johnson does the Fatherly Intercession. We've been partners with Motherly Intercession for 20 plus years because of my predecessor. But Jennifer is going to tell you about our Lullaby program and why the two that are graduating are not here, but what the Lullaby program does. So would you please welcome to the stage for a brief moment, Jennifer Johnson.
Good morning. Again, I'm Jennifer Johnson. I am the Family and Community Outreach Coordinator for Motherly Intercession. Also the Parent and Social Connections teacher here inside the Genesee County Jail. With our partnership with Flint Institute of Music, they brought the Lullaby Project here to the Genesee County Jail for the mothers. The Lullaby Project is through the Carnegie Hall Institute, one of the most world-renowned, prestigious music halls in the world. So what the Lullaby Project does is we take the mothers, we listen to their stories, they brainstorm, and then they write lullabies and songs. And it's produced through the Jelly Roll Jailhouse Music Studio. And this cohort, this makes our third cohort this year. We have Brandon Smith, raise your hand, who is a songwriter, and Corey Peterson, who is our engineer, along with help from one of our other previous mothers, Candace Patton. She also. I would like to now also bring up Davin Torrey Pearson, who is the Executive Director of the Flint School of Performing Arts, to speak a little bit more about our partnership.
Oh my goodness. What an honor to be here today, but you know what? I think you said most of it. I want to recognize everyone here and honor everybody and then invite your participation in the Carnegie Hall Lullaby Project. You know, shelter, food, water, clothing. After those necessities comes health, wellness, and life, and music is such a huge part of that. These lullabies are transformational, and the Institute of Music has over 75 of them on the Carnegie Hall SoundCloud, and now we're adding 2 more. So thank you.
Congratulations. I know there's a lot of folks that say, why is this happening in the jail? Well, let me just tell you, and I remind people I have for 5 years, it may not be a big deal until it's your family. And number 2, I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines thinking, is somebody going to do something? How are we going to reduce all these problems? Well, let me tell you, if writing a lullaby or a music studio or teaching somebody financial literacy or graduating somebody with a GED or showing somebody that can beat addiction, if that helps keep people from re-addicting, re-offending, then I'm doing it. And that's what Ignite stands for, just like your program. Thank you so much. Ignite has shown that it reduces crime by 23%. It saves the community $7,200 per person. The community for social costs. It reduces jail violence by 47%. That's because of these individual investments. Since 2020, Ignite has never paid one instructor to come here to teach. Not one. We want your heart, not money. And there's another example of that through our Serenity House connection. Darcy Pickett has been a longtime friend. She's an advocate for people who believe there's no hope. We are going to recognize her and bring up our graduates for the Serenity House with our certificates. Give it up for Darcy Pickett.
Oh, yes. Hi. I'm Darcy Pickett, the Director of Community Development for Serenity House Communities. We are a nonprofit and RCO, a recovery community organization that supports those in recovery from substance use, trauma, and codependency. Our women's group inside the jail has become one of the most meaningful parts of our work. Each week, we step into a space where people are often overlooked, forgotten, or dismissed by society. But we meet them with compassion, dignity, and the belief that change and healing is possible. We believe in restoration, not just punishment. This group is about second chances, offering a hand instead of turning our backs. And we've seen the women begin to believe in their worth again. We know the ripple effect is just the beginning. This is more than a group. It's a reminder that everyone deserves a second chance. Thank you.
The Bible says when you take care of the least of these, you serve me, and that's what we're doing today. So when you hear your name, please rise up and be recognized as our VIPs. You'll start right here, shake your hand, give some love, and then go see your families. Here we go. Crystal Benson, yet again. Alicia Famiano. Shelby Montney. Candace Patton. Katina Youngblood. And finally, Heather Copeland. Ladies and gentlemen, your graduates from Serenity House Addictions Program, certificates giving hope back to people that fight addictions every day. Congratulations. Janelle Ballard, no, please stand. We've got a lot of recognition. Janelle, come on up here. Janelle in the music therapy program, you mentioned it too about Jelly Roll. And when he came here in December of 2023, and he was getting his beard edged up for a concert at the Little Caesars Arena, he said, you know what, Sheriff, you're missing? And that's music. And I can tell you, July of last year, we launched the music studio. And I'm happy to say that because of the hard work from John L. Allen Bay, one of our ambassadors, also the United Auto Workers, Region 1A, Region 1, Region 1D. Ready for this? that the UAW just cut a $16,000 check to pay for the music studio in the Wayne County Juvenile Detention Center that will open up in 60 days. There you go. So when you partner with labor, when you partner with teams that want to be a sponsor, this is the kind of thing that happens. And so I get to say to all my Ignite friends, you want to do a welding program? The iron workers nationwide will give hoods, gloves, and aprons. You want to do something with the operators, the plumbers, the pipe fitters, electrical workers, the UAW, we got people to connect you with. So if you would give it up to our friends for the music therapy session and tell everybody what the program is and why it's so important, give it up for Janelle Ballard.
I know that this is my first time meeting some of you ladies. Our music therapy instructor, Jonathan Carmona, couldn't be here today. He sends his regards. He's very proud of all of you. For the music therapy program, we want to focus on social cohesion, strengthening the relationships, giving you an outlet to express your emotions, writing songs, all sorts of great stuff are happening weekly in music therapy. And we're very proud of the graduates.
Thank you. Crystal Benton. Alicia Famiano again. Katina Youngblood. Kristen Graver. And for piano, our friend would come up here for your piano lessons and recognition. We also teach keyboard, which is very important. If you take 30 seconds to introduce yourself, this is our piano instructor, and you can introduce your sole graduate.
So I'm Quincy Dobbs, keyboard faculty at the Flint Institute of Music. I've been there 24 years. I have been so excited to make a difference because I plan on changing the world one piano lesson at a time. The past 4 weeks, I've worked with Alicia. She's brilliant. She's smart. All 10 fingers work.
Partners with Flint Institute of Music and all those, as I mentioned, in our community are so important. Is Tina here yet, David? All right. I got a call from, where's Tina? Come on up here. There you are. You snuck in here. I got a call from McLaren, and they said, hey, we want to be a part of something. So when there's an opportunity to come up, then please let us know. And I've known Tina for a long time. She's got a heart of a teacher. She's a leader. And she's also experienced personal tragedy. She is the founder of London Strong. But when the ask was, we need to teach CPR, first aid, bloodborne pathogens, Narcan delivery, I teamed up with McLaren, and they brought Tina on. And I'm going to tell you, we have graduates now that are getting their first aid certificates to help their fellow brother and sister. Just last week, we had a situation in the jail where inmates were able to step in and help somebody who was having a medical emergency. This is preparing people, and when they leave, their family members. So if you would give it up for Tina Isabasic, she will also tell you what her class is.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Yes, I just wanted to tell you that these ladies are incredible, and they will be able to save a life for sure. Their compressions were amazing. They were eager to learn. Also, like Chris Swanson said, that I did lose my daughter to sudden cardiac arrest about 7.5 years ago, and I became a BLS instructor with American Heart Association. And I do have a little surprise for you. I am going to donate an AED in, I guess you could say, for Ignite.
Wow.
Okay. Yep. So.
I didn't even know that. Okay,
because I have not been sending the bill to It was at McLaren.
That's right.
And I just was waiting for it to accumulate. So I got enough money that London Strong Foundation is going to be donating AED. I don't know wherever you want to put it.
Yeah.
It'll be for you guys.
Thank you so much.
Sponsored by Ignite. Yep. Okay.
Congratulations. This is what I'm talking about. Just a touch. There we go. When she says there's a surprise, I didn't know where that was going. So I'm glad it's an AED, and we're going to make good use of it. And we're going to do this in memory of your daughter, London. So if you ever hear that London Strong, if there's a race, you could be a participant, a cheerleader. You could be a supporter. It's a great. When's the race?
It's July 24th.
And how can they find out more information?
Go to londonstrongfoundation.org.
There you go.
But this is how we make our money to provide the life-saving devices. We're at about 55 right now.
Saves?
55 AEDs in the community.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Countless saves, I'm telling you. You're going to want an AED if all of a sudden you look up and you know that the window's closed, and you better hope there's one close by. Alicia Famiano. Shelby Montney. Katina Youngblood. Heather Copeland. Kelly Walker. There you go. Brittany Smeaton. Listen to that. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. Thank you for everything. Thank you, London Strong. I appreciate you. I know what you're probably thinking. You're like, man, are there any fellas that did anything? Well, it's coming. But I want you to know in jails in America, and Sheriff Fuller can testify, you know, we're rated for 580 in this jail, and 90% of our housing is all male driven, and females have one floor. So it's great to see recognition at the female housing level, because they cannot be forgotten. The male inmate population cannot be forgotten. But we're getting to you, fellas. The University of Michigan, go blue. Now, for the record, I'm Meredith Spartan, so I balanced the ticket, all right? But we partnered with University of Michigan. I've been on faculty at U of M since 1997. And it's very, very important for me to have those ties locally. And when I was working with Mr. Womack some time ago, we're talking like 3-4 years ago, we were talking about the social work program of how we can have a dual enrolled class where we have folks on the inside working with folks on the outside, and they actually graduate. They get it recognized as part of the social work credit program. So I'd love to bring up Rashonda Womack and explain more about this graduate that we have that is a University of Michigan recognized graduate of the social work program. Give it up for Ms. Womack.
Hello, thank you so much for allowing me to be here. I'm here in my husband's place, so I don't have all the details about the graduate.
Be you.
But I'm here representing the Healing Through Your Story program. It's a partnership with U of M Flint. It's funded by a grant through the Ruth Mott Foundation, and it's a program that the Lord gave me, I dreamt of, on how to use storytelling to help women address trauma. And so through journaling, writing prompts, conversations, the women began to tell their stories, reflect on their life, and look for the strength that maybe they overlook. Because oftentimes we think that we are victims in the story, but we help them to see that they are victorious in their own stories, and they have the power to write the next chapters of their lives.
For not knowing about it, you did a good job. That was great. I just want to thank the Chancellor and the Board of Regents from Ann Arbor for allowing this partnership now going on 3 years. And if you notice, the Mott Foundation, the U of M, with all of our partners, is just fabulous. So one more batch with our female population, Alicia Famiano. Elizabeth Freiberger. Crystal Benton. Katina Youngblood. And Finally, Candace Patton. Almost done. Here we go. Congratulations. Give it up for our social work class at UBEM. Kevin Galloway's been a great partner and is the second generation of Elgin Credit Union teaching financial literacy. I get asked all the time about how are you going to fix literacy here and literacy there. Literacy is beyond reading. It's digital literacy, financial literacy. It's just about being competent and be able to use that in your life. So I'd love for you to meet, once again, you've seen him here many times before, Kevin Galloway from Elgin Credit Union. Thank you, Sheriff Slater, talking about our financial literacy graduates. Kevin Galloway.
Thank you, Sheriff. I just want to share that studies have proven that financial understanding is associated with lower crime, recidivism, and return to prison. Elgin Credit Union understands that educating individuals about budgeting, about credit, about debt, about avoiding predatory lending reduces financial stress. And unfortunately, financial stress causes one to make decisions that might be about crime. And so we find that for us, we are honored to be a part of this 6-week program where we teach healthy relationships with money. We talk about budgeting and financial goal setting. We talk about credit building as well as credit repair. We talk about avoiding predatory lending institutions and how interest works, as well as preparing them to purchase a home. And so very thankful to be able to be a part of it. Thank you. Thank you.
And I don't have the number, but I can tell you this, how many people that have come from this program have gone to Elga and opened up an account and then now actually have the ability to put money in, put money away for the families. So we appreciate that. Okay, Mr. Paxson, come on up. Jacqueline Paxson. Randy Abraham. Now, Corianne Bruden.
Good to see you. Ladies,
Come here for a second.
yes, sir.
This is like one of the happiest graduates I see today. Tell me why this is a big deal.
Okay, I got to let you guys know. An individual is measured by the lessons they learn from their mistakes. Ignite is a program that can take your stumbling blocks and turn them into stepping stones.
Right.
Ignite can cause an individual to change his thinking. Once he changes thinking, he changes belief. Once he changes his belief, he changes his behavior. Once he changes behavior, you can change your expectations. When you change your expectations, you change your performance. And when you change your performance, you'll change your life.
There you go. Hey, man. We didn't even plan that.
Oh,
We just went to church.
one more thing. Remember, when you vote for the
Oh,
governor.
no. All
Okay.
right, brother, we're good. We're good. Radio edit. See, that's why you don't ever give everybody a second bite at the mic. Lester Moore. Cameron Blakely. Adam Hall. Brennan Wright. Harley Crago. Trenton Singletary. Give me that hand. Good job, Brother Harley. Good job. Kevin Dondrick Johnson. Javante Houston. Heather Copeland. Kristen Graver. Great job. And finally, Kelly Walker. All right, good job. One last thing, and I tell you what, our friends from Mount Morris have been partners right out of the gate. And Dr. Meyer has been a long, not only a supporter, but the whole Mount Morris Consolidated Schools, GEDs, diplomas. And I'm here to say, when I ever see a cap and gown, because that was one of the criteria I wanted when I came up with the idea in 2019, is how cool would it be to see caps and gowns in jails? And so I'm going to introduce you to Dr. Meyer, who's going to introduce you to our GED graduate. Give it up for Mount Morris Schools, Dr. Meyer.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Meyer, as Sheriff Swanson said, and I am the principal of Ignite here. And on behalf of Superintendent Kuya and Mount Morris Schools, welcome and thank you for having us. Today, we proudly celebrate a powerful milestone as Mr. Donner is recognized for earning his GED, a moment that stands as a symbol of perseverance, of grit, and the power of education to transform lives. Congratulations, Mr. Donner. Your success lights the way for many more to follow.
Almost done, Sheriff. Almost done. Here we go. Our keynote speaker, Sheriff Fuller. As we move on, I'm going to introduce you to our last speaker and an incredible story. If you thought what you've seen so far is amazing, fellas, just wait till you hear this. I met Dr. Shane Jackson well over 5 years ago, and I've told the story that she was sitting like 3 down from me. We had to go around this round table and make a statement about something. And as soon as I talked, I went to the next person, then she started speaking. I'm like, I got to meet her. And Dr. Jackson, who was not a PhD at the time, talked about how healthy eating and nutrition impacts mental health, and that she's willing to come in when we launched Ignite. And she's been here from the get-go. She's got dual citizenship now in Jamaica and the United States, and she's going to tell you an incredible story. Give it up for our healthy eating leader, Dr. Shane Jackson.
So good morning. So once again, I am Dr. Shane Jackson, and I am now known as a global holistic mental health and wellness educator inside the world now. But I thank Ignite for giving me this opportunity to give me a time to shine. I am the CEO of Healthy Just Feels Right. We are now 1 year into my business, Downtown Flint. I'm excited because I was given an opportunity to come here to speak and teach this class about mood and food. I couldn't teach this class unless I've been through mental health myself. A lot of people come into the field that they're in because they have a close and personal relationship with it, and mental health was one of my things. I struggled forever with depression. And it had a lot to do with a lot of the food that I was eating, not knowing that my mother was not given the tools that she needed to actually feed me properly. And so it was just driving me to the point of no return. And so it took me to start taking more accountability to the things that I was putting inside my diet, that it was controlling my mental behavior. And so I was given an opportunity to come here. And I remember, I tell this story all the time. I thought I was coming here to save the world. And I entered and came in here and was trying to tell everybody how to eat right and do right. But then I realized it was things I needed to handle about me first before I could tell them anything about the things they needed to change. So I had to go back and start forgiving some people for some things they had done to me, because I was holding a lot of bitterment and anger inside of me in order for me to move forward for the future and be the person that I am before you. Because I know a lot of us in this room is blaming a lot of people, our mothers, our fathers, our grandfathers, and we have to stop the blame now. We have to forgive these people. No one got a book with this thing called life. No one. No one has perfected this thing. If anyone in the room has perfect life, I would like to meet you, because someone has. But it's been a lot of twists and turns, and now I'm at a point now that I have opened up the gateway of the Caribbean with Ignite. And so they are ready to come here and actually see how we handle business here inside the Genesee County Jail, because jail is completely different there. I'm scared even when I'm there. I feel at home when I'm here, but I put together a video of the work that we're doing here. But then also I'm going to introduce you to, now I have my very first employee, which is Nautica. The first everyone that has had my class, which is 387 people, I said this over and over again. When you get out of the county jail, come see me. Let me help you get to where you need to be. Out of the 387 people that been through my class, one person came for me. It was not. She said that I don't want to be who I was yesterday. I don't want to claim that person. I am ready for my rebirth. I am ready to reclaim the things that I feel that I deserve in my life. She is now my mentee. I'm going to help her get to where she needs to be in life, because I cannot stand before you and everyone praises me to be a phenomenal woman if I can't change and create phenomenal woman among them. This will be a phenomenal woman. So do we want to start the video?
That's right. Everybody have a seat.
Yo, a healthy just feels right, and guess where I am at right now for a healthy just feels right week. Guess where I'm at? Kingston, Jamaica. Ignite Cafe is arrival internationally inside Kingston, Jamaica. And you can see her painting the sign right now, but we have in Kingston, Jamaica. Not only are we changing the world with Ignite, but we are changing how we do criminal justice internationally. I hope that you can take care of us here, because Ignite is the most amazing program that's going to ever change the world. Ignite is here in Kingston. Kingston it is. I've been praying for rain, praying for a way to get all I wanna do, all I wanna do is, all I wanna do is, all I wanna do is, be my breathe out the clear water, cause everyone to make happy, no matter what they trick, because things so hard. All I wanna do is live on the breathe out the clear water, cause everyone to make happy, no matter what they trick, because things so hard. It's the pleasures and pressures of life will come. So try your best to make time for joy when done. Sorrows and pain of life set on you. We both know that there is no choice. Cause every blessing is a blessing. No stressing, no guessing. Life is for the living, we know. We just live it to the fullest. Let the good times flow. Cause all I wanna do is live a little. Breathe a little, water and enjoy. Cause everyone to make happy, no matter what you drink, because things so alright. All I wanna do is live a little, breathe a little and wanna enjoy. Cause everyone to make happy, no matter what you drink, because things so alright. I've been feeling a little frustrated, feeling so down. So many days that I have been working so hard. From week I've been anticipating just to take my day off. Because life it can be lazy if it just cause you must stop living. This is emotional for me because I was a little brown girl who never thought that I would change the world ever. I grew up in the projects. I didn't have dreams. I didn't, but it took a mentor to push me, to make me believe things in me that I never believed or saw in myself. So when I saw Nautica, she called me out. The only person that called me out in the county jail, I did something wrong. I did. Dr. Jackson, I did something wrong. She brought hibachi to the jail. At the very last week of class, I allow you to pick the food that you want to eat from the outside and I bring it in. And I actually choose people to come up to cook. but Nautica initiated the hibachi. But when the last day of class came, I chose 2 other women. She instantly got emotional. But see, I have so much going on in my life that I didn't realize that I had made a mistake. So at the end of the class, she stopped me with tears in her eyes and she checked me. She said, "You were wrong. I initiated this and you said I would lead this, but yet you chose 2 other people." But see, I'm a human being. I make mistakes and I correct them. And so what I did was I gave them a 7-week and I let her lead the class. But I told her, don't say nothing to nobody about it, because when you make mistakes, you have to correct them. It's called accountability. And so I wanted to show her that in life we make mistakes, but guess what? We stand back up and we correct them. And so that's what I did as an individual. I wasn't gonna lie to her and say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a 7-week," and then I never come back. I had to stand on my 2 feet and say, "Hey, I got you. I'm here this 7 week." And so she came for me, and I want to bring her up, but she is now my assistant.
Less than 3 months ago, I was in the same shoes you are in today. Literally, I wore those same orange shower shoes, and I slept in a cell that looks just like the same one you all slept in. 6 a.m. wristband check, ladies. Never forget it. I can never forget what it felt like to be there. In 11 months, didn't break me. It made me stronger. It gave me connections. Through Ignite, I took music therapy, piano lessons, ELGA, monthly intercession. But the class that got to me the most was eating healthy. This class wasn't just a class, it was a safe place. I began to think that one day I could be successful as well. As a Black girl from the hood, maybe I could be great. Dr. Jackson became my role model. She would tell us upon re-entry to reach out to her. So that's exactly what I did. Now I stand here not only as Dr. Jackson's nutrition assistant, but as her mentee. She didn't have to accept me or trust me, but she did, and I am extremely grateful. Dr. Jackson has given me a chance. Ignite gave me a chance. Your past does not define you. Jail does not define you. The door is open. Take the chance.
So what I'm doing for her, because I want her to stand here, because I want to gift her with something. From her becoming my assistant, she's now, her second check-in. I'm going to gift her her first nutrition certificate, so she'll be certified at what she do. I'm going to pay for that for her. So I want her to open it, because one thing about Ignite is about education. It is. And we give you tools for you to become successful. So I'm giving her with a tool. So even though she may not carry it out with me a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 5 years.
Turn around.
You take it out. Oh my goodness. So I gifted her with an iPad. So she can further her education. So now she don't have to worry about where she'll get a computer from or anything. That I'm giving her an iPad, and I'm taking care of her first nutrition certification.
Three years ago, Shaggy came here. He flew in from New Zealand. We're on the 4th floor doing graduation, and now I just watched that video, and 1,700 miles away from where we are today. We have partnered with our Jamaican friends, and it's because of people here. And you are a testimony. What you just said is true. This is a place, but it doesn't have to be your final place. It is humbling to look up and see Kyle Kuzma Foundation, and think of Jelly Roll, and think of Shaggy, and think of all these people like local leaders who believe in this concept. When I have Sheriff Rick Fuller to come over here to speak as our keynote, he's the first sheriff in the state of Michigan to not only just take Ignite in his jail, but also be a champion for it around the nation. A 5-time sheriff out of Kalamazoo County, my friend, and an Ignite sheriff with a good heart and a good man, Sheriff Rick Fuller, Kalamazoo County.
Thank you, Sheriff Swanson. This is a super cool honor for me to be here today, to be talking to everyone and actually listening to everyone, because what I have learned throughout my career is that it's only about people. You'll hear somebody say it's about many different things, but I'm here to tell you it's only about people. And I want people to try and remember a couple of things throughout your life. Fallible is forgivable. We are human, so we do make mistakes. We've heard some of this constantly throughout our message here today, and we recognize that. When I went to the Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office back in 1989, I was terrified, and I was going in as a deputy. I was hired from an agency in another county, and we had zero diversity. And so when I was coming to Kalamazoo County, I knew that my world was changing. And I walked into those doors, and I decided I'm going to make Kalamazoo County my community. I'm going to learn my community, and I'm going to do everything I can to help in my community, anything that's needed. When people feel like they could be better in something, I want to be part of that. When the community sees an issue that needs help, needs work, I want to be part of that. And so for the first few years of my job, I made sure that I knew every inmate that I worked with in those couple of years. And I would listen to them. Sometimes I would play chess with them. It's a little hard through the bars, but ultimately I would make sure that I was learning my community. And I felt so much better for it. So throughout my career as a deputy, on into being a sergeant, creating different programs on my own at the sheriff's office that were adopted, one of the things that I noticed was I heard a lot of people talking about problems, but I didn't hear a lot of people talking about solutions. And the more that we would talk about it, and I went on to be the lead trainer at the sheriff's office to train the new deputies coming in, I said to people, look, you see a problem, bring me a solution. Come to me and say, I have a solution to this issue. Here's the problem. And I got to tell you, Sheriff Chris Swanson, really has gone all out. And I'll never forget when he came to me and said, we have this GHOST program. And you may have heard about GHOST. It's the Genesee. There you go. Somebody's heard about it. It's the Genesee Human Oppression Strike Force, or Strike Team. And he says, I'd like you to see this program. So I brought a team over. On the way back to Kalamazoo, I'll never forget that 2-hour ride. Everybody is way up here. Oh my God, we've got to help our community this way. We've got to do what we can to stop human trafficking in Kalamazoo. And we challenged ourselves to think outside of Kalamazoo and to go further and further out. So we're working with other agencies, just like Genesee County, our mentor county. So when he came to me one time at a sheriff's conference and he goes, how'd you like to make a bigger difference in people's lives? And I'm like, man, what more can I do that this guy's going to teach me? And I can just tell you this, my eyes were opened because whenever I was working inside the jail, I talked about dignity, respect, kindness, and compassion. That's what I wanted deputies to work with. So much so that is the mantra that I have on my card. This is what I have on my walls, making sure people understand. If we can't treat someone with dignity, respect, kindness, and compassion, we're in the wrong field. So he tells me about Ignite. And I was like, man, where was this 20 years ago? Where was this 20 years ago when I was a sergeant working in the jail? And I went, man, it was right in front of us. We just didn't see it. It was right in front of us. And so since then, we came over here, we learned about the Ignite program, and the sheriff got up and there was some talk about how many people are saved from coming back to jail. Recidivism goes down, to what rate it goes down. It was talked about how much money is saved in a community. It was talked about the differences in people's lives that we can make. And I heard all of these figures and I appreciated all that information. But when I came here for the first graduation that I got to witness, what really sold me was the people. And I'm not just talking about the instructors because they're huge, they're awesome, and I think you might all agree with that. and I'm not just talking about the inmate population that actually goes through the program, who have taken this step. That's a leap, right? This is something that you probably never thought you would do, much less in jail. But you did it. You took the opportunity to change something in your life, and I applaud you for that. Good job. So, of course, when I saw these faces, I was like, oh, there it is. This is the why we do this. These numbers, the changes in people's lives, that's huge. And I think it's a life-saving effort. I also noticed families smiling. So in our very first graduation, of course, we want to do what we can to involve the families. So I had a family, it was a grandfather and grandmother came in, and they were the lifeline of this person, this inmate who had gone through our program. And I'll never forget, the grandmother seemed to be more excited, more hopeful, and the grandfather was a curmudgeon. He says, yeah, what I want to do is come to a jail to watch my grandson graduate. And I said, sir, I hope that you open up your heart. I hope that you listen to today's stories, and I hope that you recognize that your grandson took a huge chance. Not only on himself, but on you, sir. And so they sat there and they watched the graduation. And I remember watching that grandfather cry. And he just couldn't find the words, but he did hug his grandson, which was a lot more than I expected. So it's things like this. It's the lives that we change, it's the world that we change, and it's the opportunities we give people to change in their lives. So, I think I heard a little while ago, it was like stumbling blocks to stepping stones. Okay, that's stuck in my head now. And, these are the things that people need to see. These are the things that more and more sheriffs, 3,084 sheriffs in the United States, 28 have this program. Well, we need to multiply that 28 by 10 times easily next year, the next year after that. And so we ask your help, we ask people's help to make sure that people hear, this program works. We recognize this program works. It gives hope, and it helps people realize they have value. So thank you again for going through the program. Thank you, Genesee County, for having this program. And thank you for everyone being here today.
I was there to witness his last graduation. I drove out there and I watched the same thing that he gets to experience here. As we conclude, I want to thank our media, Mike and Eric, you guys, Channel 12, 5, and 25 have always covered these for all these years. You are the megaphone to tell the story. If you witness something today, a phone call, a text, an interaction, a family believes one more time, just tell your story of what you witnessed today. That's how we get the 3,084 sheriffs. Thanks for being here. Congratulations. Have a safe day.